Hey folks, Aosha from Novo Expeditions here. In this video, I'm going to show you a couple of tips and tricks on how to pack your bag for a backpacking trip. So the first thing we're going to think about is weight distribution. It's important to keep the heaviest items that you're going to be carrying with you in the center of your pack and up against your back. So the first thing that we're going to load in here is going to be the sleeping bag. It's going to be kind of bulky, not as heavy, so that's going to go near the bottom. Right there on the left side. I'm going to take my clothing bag next, another bulky item, stick it down next to that sleeping bag. The third item I'm going to put on that bottom layer is going to be the sleeping pad. That's going to go right here, kind of stuffed in between or behind those, wherever it fits best. Now we want to focus on that middle layer, which is going to be the heaviest items you're carrying. So usually that's going to be your food bag. So we're going to put that right here up against the back and right in the center on top of those other items. The next thing that's usually kind of heavy is our stove and pot. So that's going to go right on the outside, right behind the food bag there. Then I'll take my tent and stuff that in that middle layer. Really cram it down in there. So that's pretty much what you're going to have in the bottom to middle of your pack. Now we want to think about things that are going to go on that top layer. So lighter items and also items that you want to be more easily accessible during your day of hiking. So what I like to put there is first of all going to be my first aid kit. I like to have this really easily accessible in case something happens on the trail. It's just right there for me to grab and use. So that's going to go right here near the top. Then I'll take my jacket or mid layer, depending on the weather. You're going to want to carry something like that you can pull out if something changes really quick, just to keep yourself warm, be able to regulate your temperature. So this is going to be easily accessible near the top for me. And the next items here are going to be your rain gear and your pack cover. If it starts to rain, you definitely want to have these really easy to get to. You can just pull them out, put them on, and keep hiking without worrying too much about stopping for a while to figure it out. So these are also going to go right here near the top. And that pretty much covers everything that's going to go in my pack for now. So I'm going to go ahead and close this up. And now we'll think about some items that we can put on the outside of the pack. I like to put my tent poles right here in the water bottle holder on the side. I've also got my fuel canister for the stove in here. It's nice to put this on the outside just in case it leaks. You don't want it getting all over your gear. So keeping this on the outside of the pack is always a good idea. We'll take our water bottle, stick this on the other side here, along with our bear spray. Now you don't always need to carry bear spray with you, but if you are in an area where there tends to be bears, it's never a bad idea. I like to put this right next to the water bottle. That way while you're hiking along, if you see a bear, you have a run-in with one, you can just reach over and grab it and have it really accessible and ready. So now we're going to move on to the top pouch here, or the brain as some people like to call it. I like to put all of my small items in here. That way they don't get lost down in the main part of the pack. So I'll start with my SteriPen. This is what I like to use for purifying water. That way when we stop along the trail, really easy to pull out and use. Headlamp. Toiletries and a battery bank. I like to carry one of those. I use my phone for photos and for navigation, so it's really good to have that with you. That's going to go up here in the top. Utensils, extra garbage bag just in case, and some snacks. It's really nice to have some snacks right up top here or on the sides even, so that when you're hiking you can reach up and grab it and not have to take your pack off and dig all the way down to that food bag in order to grab a snack on the trail. And last but not least, we've got the poop kit. This is gonna have toilet paper, hand sanitizer, and a little shovel in it. So if you're hiking down the trail, you have to use the bathroom, you can just grab it and go. So I like to take this and strap it right to the outside here. It's one of these little loops. That way if anybody needs it, easily accessible and ready for you right there. So hopefully that helps you when you're packing your bag. Go ahead and like the video, follow Novo Expeditions for some more tips to help you out in your next adventure.